Good morning, everyone. Welcome to DW Nation. Welcome to our Wednesday edition of our coffee break. And so we've got our coffee with us. And I've got some developments here that I want to go over with you here today. Got a lot of things on my plate. And we want to make sure that we're able to serve everyone that we currently serve with our podcast, with our communities, our groups, things like that. What we do here takes quite a bit of time to produce this morning coffee break. Okay, does take some time. It's not, preparation takes time. Then putting everything together, showing up, and then editing the video, and then uploading the video. It takes approximately 3 to 4 hours out of our day each and every day to do this, and so it takes a lot of time. And with everything going on, and we've had some discussions just to kind of bring you up to date with what we're doing here is for the last 2 weeks, I've been going through a certification course. It's a certification course with a software program. I currently use this program. Most of you get emails from me pretty much on a regular basis. And so you get these emails from me, and this is through a system called Infusionsoft, or it's also rebranded as Keep, which is a platform. It's a CRM platform, email platform. I mean, it is a extremely powerful database. That's how we deliver our podcast. That's how we deliver everything that we do. We do that through this dashboard. About a month ago, maybe about 6 weeks ago, they invited me in to talk to them about their certification program. We looked at that. We went through an interviewing process with them last month in March, before all this coronavirus stuff got started, just as it was kind of, getting started here in early March, whatever, here in the United States, before we all wound up in this lockdown situation that we're all going through. And so we went through this we're going through this certification process because we went through this interviewing, and this whole program, the reason why we're doing the certification is be able to serve you better. Each and every one of us has a particular place in our mission with what we're doing. We have a podcast. My background is business marketing, things like that. That's my background. I don't teach people to swim. I have a personal story as a father who lost a daughter to a drowning. That's what I bring to this space of water safety, or what I call DW Nation. We are a nation of drowning warriors. We're out there working to prevent drowning, all those types of things. So we've been really working for several years now, trying to figure out if you can imagine being a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. And that's really where I have been for a big part of the last 3 years with our podcast and with everything that we're doing. I work in partnership in conjunction with many different people, helping them in many, many different areas, which takes me down many different paths. So part of this is what we're going to do, and what we're going to do going forward over the next 2 to 3 weeks is I need to focus. I have till the end of this month to get my certification done. That cost a little bit of money that we had to put up front to be able to do this. And this certification is so we can become a certified consultant, okay, with the software and things that we're doing, to be able to educate other people on how they can implement some of these things in what they're currently doing in their mission. In other words, it's the business side of things. All right. That's my wheelhouse. That's what I know. And so our focus is really going to be on helping people automate parts of their business, automate parts of their nonprofit, their organizations. And by utilizing all this technology, everything that we do, everything from our LinkedIn strategy to everything how we have built our platform and how we have set up everything we've done with, using the technology and the systems. But, my emphasis is going to be on the education of these things. And that's really what this coffee break has kind of evolved into. What we want to do with that is, with the emphasis on the education part of it, is by helping people understand, what they are built, what they're building and how that's going to impact what they do. So if you are a nonprofit, you're an organization or a business, it really doesn't matter, because nonprofits are businesses. If you're an individual person and you're marketing yourself, you market yourself as a business, more or less. All the principles within all that all fit together, fit together. And I've been talking a lot about this with the coronavirus and things like that. I have had several conversations with some people. I've got some business coaches. I have some mentors that I work with. I've been listening to what they're telling me. And I think as, thought leaders, we have to listen to people like that. We have to listen to leaders. We have to listen to people that kind of have that foresight and what things are going to be like here in the future. So this is the way I'm approaching this, is when I look at the coronavirus and I look at everything that we're doing, it's just like I was watching the news this morning and they said this morning that most likely the handshake, when we meet somebody in person, the handshake's going to be gone. Okay, that's kind of what people are saying. And that's just one thing. How many other things are going to be gone? The way we do business, the way we interact with people. There's going to be a new way. There's going to be a new way. And so when I look at business and marketing and I look at everything, and not just water safety, but all walks of life as far as business and everything, and how you're going to get your message out to more people. That's going to be intertwined, if you will, with the new way that we're going to have to conduct business. So, we have to, whether or not social distancing will be the same as it is right now, 6 feet, but there's going to be a lot of people that this is going to change their behavior. So we need to focus on new ways of developing education. We need to focus on new ways to develop things. And I believe that this online format that you see right here is going to be a big, big part of it. It's going to be a huge part of how we're going to move forward. And how that's going to, and I'm referred to this as intertwine, because intertwine is kind of, if you think of like a strand of DNA, how it's all intertwined. I believe we're going to take some of old school business and marketing, and how do we intertwine that with the new way that we're going to have to do things. That's the reason why, that's one of the things I'm looking at as becoming a certified consultant with Infusionsoft, with this company, that we're going to be able to take what we currently do, because I use their platform. It is an extremely, extremely powerful platform, and it can automate everything that you do, which frees up your time to reach more people or talk to more people, or whatever it is that you need to do. It's not the perfect fit for everybody. It's not the perfect thing that, that will work for everybody, depending on where they are within this whole scheme of things. So one of the things that we're going to do, unfortunately, is this morning coffee break is going to, I'm not going to be able to keep showing up here every day for the next couple weeks. So what we're going to do here is, because I have to focus, I need to take these 3 to 4 hours that I devote towards this, and I need to put this into my studies as far as becoming a certified consultant. this is a big part. I've invested quite a bit of money into these programs, into these softwares. And so I have the next 3 weeks to get this completed. And so we can be certified at the end of April. When I look at this here going forward is how we're going to intertwine all this together with what we currently do and how we can begin to offer more service to you, offer more advice, and to come from a place of as an expert in this new way we're going to have to market our businesses, the way we're going to have to market what it is that we talk about, how we get our message, how we intertwine that with our day-to-day actions, and how we do that. And we've been talking about this for quite some time. Over a year and a half ago, we started talking about, well, 2 years ago, I was talking about changes that are now I see taking place. 2 years ago, not a whole lot of people wanted to listen to me about it. Now, because of the coronavirus, now they're forced to put those changes into place. These are things that we have done over the last 2 years. The other thing is this whole online. I started this coffee break. I started a lot of online things over, back in mid-December last year. Last March, April, May, it was a year ago at this time. We were talking about, it was after the NDPA conference in New Orleans. We came back, we started talking about a virtual conference. We started talking about, and we built, and some of you, we started this, as you can see right here on my shirt, it says the Kelsey Code. The Kelsey Code was going to be this online conference. It was going to be this virtual world of training, this virtual world where we bring experts in and we were going to provide that. We were in the process. I built a whole entire website out for that. It cost a lot of money. Let me just say, it cost me a lot of money and it cost me a lot of time. Nobody believed in that. Nobody took any interest in that whatsoever. And now look what's happened. So I'm sitting here on the cups of things, looking at this and saying, okay, I've been in a place where I kind of seen things. I see things from a business standpoint where we need to go as a water safety community, as a business, as organizations, as nonprofits. And part of this is why I'm becoming a certified consultant, because that is going to be the new way, I believe, the new way that we're going to have to be doing what it is that we do. Kind of like taking some of the old school methods that we know and that we've been, for most of us that have been around for a while, we know, we understand, and then implementing that with the new way. And that's why I say this is our business and marketing intertwined with the new way that we're going to have to do things. And so, this is what I said. What I have down here on my notes is business and marketing will have to be intertwined with the new way that business will have to be done, and that is just how conversations will have to be done. Conversations, instead of meeting over a cup of coffee at Starbucks, we're going to probably meet over a cup of coffee on a Zoom call. And maybe it'll be a group meeting over a Zoom, virtual meeting rooms. Instead of meeting up at meetup groups at the local library, we're going to meet up in a virtual room. This is the way I think things are going to go. I mean, we're still going to get out and about. We'll still be able to go out and have coffee, enjoy time with people and associates and things like that. We're still going to have the in-person conferences. We'll still do all those things, I'm sure. But there's also, that's why I say it's going to be intertwined. The two are going to be intertwined because we have to protect ourselves against, number one, the coronavirus resurgence if it comes back. And we need to position ourselves in a place. Each one of us needs to position ourselves in a place to be able to capitalize, number one, on our message and our mission and what it is that we're all about in order to be in the right place at the right time. And so So over the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're not going to have our morning coffee break. And I will still be available to each and every one of you. You'll see me pop in the group from time to time. I'm going to kind of give you some status updates of my certification program. I will begin to leak out a little bit of what we'll be doing. We will come back with a new version of what it is that you're seeing here right now. We will come back. We are developing a new website. We are developing actually an additional podcast that's going to go along with the new website. So we'll have our Drowning Warrior podcast, which will continue doing some of the things that we're doing, interviewing people, educating people on water safety, doing all those types of things. We'll still continue doing that. But we're going to bring in a new podcast, which is going to, basically, it's going to be the Business of Marketing Intertwined podcast that's the name that we're looking at right now. And it's going to be a little more of a generic conversation, not necessarily geared towards water safety, but geared towards positioning yourself and taking advantage of the new way that we may have to be able to do business. And then we're going to have a new website that's going to cater to that podcast and that information. So it's not going to be something strictly, say, for water safety, but it's where we can bring some of the outside world that's not part of our water safety, or that may not be familiar, and people in the business world that may not be familiar. We're going to be able to maybe connect them up here together. That's kind of the goal. And we can bring those to, basically we'll have the Drowning Warrior podcast. We'll have the Business, Marketing Intertwined podcast. And, again, we'll probably be having a sprinkle of people from the water safety communities that we're working with on that podcast also, because we can learn from those people that have responded and rebounded from this coronavirus, that have come out when we open our doors back up for business, those that really excelled, and we can learn from them. So I'm going to take this time and finish up my certification. And that's, my wife and I, we talked quite a bit yesterday, last night, and this morning. I've been up since 5:30. So talking about this morning, I didn't sleep well. I was up most of the night because to be honest, I really looked yesterday afternoon and evening. We were really, really looking at just shutting everything down and going a new path. I think that's why I couldn't sleep, because, I've made commitments to you. I've made commitments to other people, and I'm here to serve. Number one, I'm here to provide value and to serve in any capacity I possibly can. And I think I need to stay true to that, to the best that I can. But because of the time constraints and everything that I have going on with my podcast, with this program right here, because when we added this back in December, it has evolved where we've got a pretty good size of following. It's led to a lot of extra conversations and people talking to us about things. And that's why I have to take a step back, because I can't finish my training in 30 by spending 30 minutes a day, if that, so from that standpoint, I've got to devote some more time to it. And because again, it's a substantial investment, just like if you pay for your kids to go to college, you want them to study, you want them to pass. There is a capstone project that I have to do, 2 capstone projects at the end of this course to be certified. And that is where I have to take and totally build out a complete entire platform. And then I have to submit that and record a video and submit that. And it has to pass the muster, really. And if not, I don't get certified. And all that I've done is for naught. So I can't do that just a little bit of time each day. So I need to devote, several hours every day. And so something had to get taken off, and everything. Thanks for the well wishes there, Bill. I do appreciate that. And so And yeah, we will definitely, I know you and I have had some conversations and things like that. We'll, through this whole process, we're going to still stay in touch with everybody here. We're still going to stay in touch. So, you're going to continue hearing from me. So I'm not, it's not like I'm just going away, but I just have to kind of let something slide here a little bit under the radar. And then when we come back, we will come back bigger and better. We'll come back stronger. We'll come back and to be able to really provide a lot of value. And at that point in time, I'm really looking at things picking back up around the 1st of May. And if that happens, that's about the time that I think things will begin to start opening up also. So the timing of this is what I'm really looking at in order to make that resurgence and in order to be positioned right and to be able to serve each and every person here and all those other people, because my podcast goes out, over 100 and some thousand people. We've got businesses all over the country in Australia and people that we work with and we collaborate with. And so it's not just our little DW Nation community. It's extremely huge. So we need to make sure that the swim schools, when they open back up, that they open back up and they become bigger and they become better. We need to make sure that people can take their training and their lifeguards and all their people can continue with their certifications, and we can provide them platforms and show them, and we can build that platform we'll be able to show them how to do that. So people don't fall through the cracks like my daughter and suffer a drowning. That's why I need to step back and get this certification done, because that's the power of what we'll be able to do. So, hey guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. You'll receive an email from me, and stay in touch. We'll stay in touch with you. If you need any assistance, anything at all over the next couple of weeks, don't hesitate to reach out. I am still here. It's not like I'm going away. I'm still going to be at my computer. I'm just going to be, I'm switching my hat around here, guys. I'm going to be studying. I'm going to be, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So it's like I'm switching the hat a little bit. So guys, keep up the great work, and I look forward to staying in touch with each and every one of you. All right, guys. Hey, have a great day. Have a great weekend, or have a great rest of the week. We will talk to you all later. And let's stay in touch. All right. See ya.